Is there a clear favorite in college basketball? Probably not. Who knows? It's weird. Oh, welcome to the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined as always by Johnny Venerable. How are you feeling, Johnny?
Oh, the boys are back, and your bets are in trouble here on a Thursday, but not really. It's good to be back, Shane. Talk a little basketball, talk a little hoops. But I did tell you before the show, I wanted to ask you about a certain tweet that whether or not you've seen this or not. And the Indianapolis Colts, you make an argument they're even more dysfunctional than my precious Redbirds. And they're having a tough time finding a head coach. I think Jeff Saturday may get that job. But this was interesting. This is from ML Football on Twitter saying that Josh McDaniels, remember when Josh McDaniels pulled out of the Colts job? And everybody's like, oh, man, Josh McDaniels. I guess Josh McDaniels' wife made him pull the plug on the Colts job after owner Jim Irsay came to their house in Massachusetts, and he observed odd behavior that included being in McDaniels' bathroom for a very long and awkward period, over an hour in the bathroom. And so now you got Pat McAfee saying that he had to take a shit, and it took over an hour. But now I'm reading, it's just like that franchise with the Colts right now on DraftKings. If you're a betting person, and we are, the next head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, the odds right now, I'm going to pull them up here. Eric Bieniemy plus 300. I don't think he's taking that job. Jeff Saturday is plus 1,000. I think you might want to put down a little scratch on Jeff Saturday, because I'm not sure too many people with options. Listen, we got people turning down the Cardinals. Their owner's not doing that kind of thing. And then you talk about Frank Reich getting fired, the inner circle of the NFL. Hiring Jeff Saturday, I feel like plus 1,000 on DraftKings is something to look at.
That is one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard. I hope it was just Bowell.
It's like if I invited you to my house, or you invited me to hit your house, and I'm hanging out with your family, and I go in the bathroom for an hour, and it's just an unexcused amount of time. And this is the head coach that you're courting to take over your franchise, and you just go, either you dump in the bathroom for 60 minutes or you're doing some other stuff, which Irsay has been known to dabble in. That's wild. Jeff Saturday, plus 1,000 DraftKings.
Yeah, I love it. Pugs and Hugs in the chat saying, I am the one that swore that the Bucks would win. How about you yell at Johnny too? Because we both said that. So
you can't bet against the GOAT. You get a mulligan. It's like those
exactly. That's something that I wanted to say on Tuesday. This was probably one of the last times I'm going to use that argument. I'm happy with going down with the ship. That is Tom Brady. Yeah. What I wouldn't be happy with is betting against him and being like, why would I bet against Tom Brady? So fine with it. We move on. He already forgave Johnny. That's why. You're going to forgive me, Pugs and Hugs? You're going to forgive me?
We'll see on cards later.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about some college basketball. It's a mess right now. The only concrete thing is the 1, 2, and the 1 and 2. In net and Ken Palm, it's both Houston and Tennessee. Not in the AP, but what is in Ken Palm? Purdue's number 3 in the AP rankings, but not in Ken Palm or net. They are 4 and 5 in respective. Do you like any team as a clear juggernaut favorite, or is it just kind of a shit show right now, Johnny?
Kansas. I mean, Kansas is 16 and 1. They play in the best conference. I think the Big 12 is a better conference basketball-wise than the Big 10.
16-2. They just lost to Kansas State.
Okay, yeah. So 16-2. I'm sorry. I don't buy Alabama at 15-2.
Really?
No, I don't buy UCLA. Maybe Gonzaga's up there, right? Gonzaga's still in the top 10. I would say Bill Self at Kansas has the resume that if you were going to look at odds for the NCAA tournament, they will be a 1 seed. They typically get a favorable bracket, and I think they'll be in the Final Four. So everybody else, I think it's going to even out. All these kind of lingering SEC teams. I mentioned Bama. I don't buy Tennessee at all. Are you buying Texas at 15-2? That seems like a stretch. I'm with you. I think outside of Kansas, like Houston's not get the hell out of here with that. American Athletic Conference, no thanks.
Yeah, Houston, number 1 in both rankings and the AP poll. They most of their wins are quad 4. They have 10 quad 4 wins. Yeah. But they've handled business. And people say you can't control your schedule. You can in college basketball and college football.
Who else business? Cincinnati Bearcats last year.
Yeah, exactly. Houston, though, is different than the Cincinnati Bearcats because they have been consistently good for a while in college basketball with this type of athletic run and gun team that plays really good defense. Yeah. And those are the teams I like to bet on college basketball, though I'm not buying their stock. I'm going to need to see a couple more big wins from them. They are the favorite right now on the DraftKings Sportsbook at plus 600. Then it goes Alabama at plus 1,000, Kansas at plus 1,000, UCLA 1,200, Purdue plus 1,400, and Tennessee at plus 1,400 as well. The teams I like there, obviously Kansas, I think is my favorite team to watch in college basketball right now. I think Grady Dick is a fantastic freshman and is going to have some big moments in the NCAA tournament. Jalen Wilson is, I think, the best player in college basketball right now. I don't think it's close. And yeah, I love watching them play. I think it's going to be really fun when we get to that time. But what you said about Bama, it kind of hurts me a little bit because I think they're my favorite team. They're one of my favorite teams to watch, but definitely my favorite team to bet on. And I think they're going to be my pick right now to win the whole thing. SEC basketball is underrated in my opinion, not in terms of the skill, but just how fun it is to watch. For sure. Auburn is always high flying. LSU, when they're good, it's fun. They're not.
Kentucky once upon a time. I don't know what happened.
Kentucky is no longer a basketball school. I don't know what's happening with that.
Will Levis made sure of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here I want to make a quick point too, because I dog a lot on the underdogs when we do our college football show, tailgate show every Sunday. But that's football, and I root for underdogs in basketball. It's what makes the tournament the best.
St.
Right?
Peter's, baby, go Cox.
And you can get by with a rotation of like 6 to 10 guys. Whereas in football, you got to have 40 plus guys that can play.
Yep.
And we saw the depth or lack thereof from TCU get exposed after that big emotional win against Michigan. Turn around, they're gassed, they're tired. They play Georgia. Georgia's 2s and 3s dominated them that night. And basketball, college basketball, you can get away. You got a couple special players that are 5th-year seniors in your program. Even if you're not in a traditional power, you can advance far like we've seen so many times before. So I do like that as opposed to in college football where it's too cut and dry. The recruiting's too it's too in our face, right? And you have to build out layers to your programs. What ASU's trying to do with Kenny Dillingham right now. Whereas in basketball, 2 or 3 recruits can change the entirety of your program.
Yep, for sure. There's a ton of good odds on GK for conference winners to make the Final Four. We'll go through some of those real quick. Okay. SEC regular season conference, it's Alabama and everybody else. They're minus 230. Tennessee's plus 195. I like Auburn at plus 2,000. They've been playing really well, so I don't hate that. In the Big 12 basketball, by the way, I will always shit on them for how many bids they get for the tournament, but it is a tough conference, man. It's very fun to watch as well. Night in and night out, you get a good game. Obviously the numbers next to the teams help. When you're having a team like Texas Tech at plus 50,000 to win the conference, it's a tough conference. Kansas is minus 145. Then it goes K-State at plus 500. Iowa State at plus 500. They got a white dude named Grill with a faux hawk that I'm a very, very big fan of. Texas at plus 750 and the Baylor Bears at plus 1,500, which is nuts. I like Baylor in that spot for sure. Getting odds like that on Baylor, Flagler and just the flurry of talent they have that can night in and night out beat anybody. I don't hate those odds. There are no Pac-12 odds right now. I'd assume U of A is the runaway favorite, or UCLA rather, right now. But yeah, lots of odds on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, daily odds, future odds, whatever you want. Get them now. Get them while they're hot. Plus, we got some NFL action to talk about tomorrow. Really excited for that. Make sure to tune in for that show on Friday at noon. We'll be talking everything divisional round. Divisional round, as I've said last year, as I've been saying, it is the best round, I think, in any sport. Maybe the final, or maybe the round of 64 and round of 32 beats it just because of how many games there are. But in terms of a great schedule, a great compact schedule, it's the NFL divisional round. And you can get these odds on the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. All new and existing customers can take a shot at an even bigger payout with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Boost your NFL winnings with each leg up to 100%. And if you're a new customer, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use that promo code PHNX. New customers can bet just $5 on the divisional round and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app with promo code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions do apply. And see those show notes for details. While we're talking college basketball, here's some college basketball picks for you guys. Big fan of Maryland. Maryland has had some really, really solid wins this year. They're another team that's will come out of nowhere at you in the playoff or in the tournament, and they play Michigan tonight. If you're an ASU fan, you know how much you hate Michigan. ASU had a big win over ranked Michigan at the time. They are now 10-7, fresh off losses to Iowa, and Maryland actually just lost to Iowa as well. Maryland's at home. They're only getting 2 points. I love them. I love them in this spot. Right before they lost to Iowa, they just beat Ohio State. So like Maryland, -2 as well. And then speaking of ASU, got to take ASU +5. If you're not going to the game tonight and you're in Tempe, what are you doing? You can get tickets on Game Time for like $12. This is ASU's biggest home game, biggest conference home game in like 10 years. Like this is huge. They can take control of the Pac-12 conference with a win tonight, and they're getting 5 points at home. You know, you might say the spread should be loftier, but this ASU team is different. I'm taking them and plus the points in this game. And then another team that, you know, I don't bet on Oakland, but I always bet against who they're playing. They're playing IUPUI. I've talked about this before. IUPUI is not going to have a basketball program after this year. The players are sad.
What about ICUP? What about ICUP?
Stop that. IUPUI 3-16 on the year. Oakland, always a competitive team in the Horizon Conference with my Indiana, Purdue, Fort Worth Mastodons taking Oakland and the points, 11.5. I think they blow them out of the water. And as IUPUI inches closer to not having a basketball program. Johnny, what about you?
Pistons, baby, +7. They get to host the terrible Bulls tonight. The Pistons are one of the worst teams in the NFL, NBA. I like the Bulls to win in a close one, but I think the Pistons, that's too many points for a Bulls team that's horrific. Have you seen the Bulls' road record? It's awful.
Well, they're both on the road because this game's in Paris, Johnny.
Yeah, there we go.
It's in Paris, you know what? In 45 minutes.
I can tell you right now, a couple Bulls players did not have their passports ready to go. Advantage Pistons. I also like the Celtics to steamroll the Warriors tonight, -6.5. I think you tease this up 7.5. Like the Celtics big. My favorite in the NBA right now to win the entire thing. My once upon a time favorite, the Phoenix Suns. They're low-key bad right now. 3 games under 500, but they get Brooklyn completely banged up. Road Kyrie is going to get exposed tonight. Come on, DeAndre. Now's a good time on TNT national TV to get your you-know-what together. The return. Did I see Cam Johnson's returning here pretty soon?
Yep,
if not
he's
today.
Playing tonight.
There you go, baby. +130. Suns with a marquee victory against one of the best teams in the NBA at full strength. Now, Kevin Durant has been banged up, Shano, but is there talk if he's going to play tonight?
I don't think so. Maybe.
In the description for the game and the breakdown, I was doing some research. It said Kevin Durant travels to Phoenix with the Brooklyn Nets. Well, this line would not be what it is right now at +3 if Kevin Durant was playing. Kevin Durant right now is the MVP of the NBA, and you can get those future odds right now on DraftKings. So I like the Suns to win outright, get some scratch plus money.
Love it. Let's take a look at my props for tonight. Jaden Ivey in 45 minutes in Paris Love this. Over 15.5 points. The Bulls can't defend the rim. They are the 6th worst team at defending the rim within 5 feet. And Jaden Ivey loves to take it to the hoop. He gets a lot of usage. I think this game's going to be fun, which means give me the rookies. Give me the Purdue man. Taking Jaden Ivey over 15.5 points. And an under. We both have unders for the first time in a while, and they're both on the same team. Ben Simmons, a week ago,
Don't you dare
put up a double-double while scoring 0 points. Give me Ben Simmons under 8.5 points tonight at the Phoenix Suns. This game could get gross. Who knows? So I'm taking the under on that.
I would love, if I didn't have kids, I would love to go on Game Time and get tickets to this game tonight. I would love to be in the building when Ben Simmons gets booed off the floor.
By
Because
Suns fans?
Yeah, they're gonna boo him. All right, here are my props tonight. Same game. DA, let's go, baby. Nets are weak in the paint. I think DA has a nice night, something to the effect of 23 and 10. Kyrie, that's a lot. That's under his season average. I know Durant's out, but again, last year, check the tape when Durant was out and it was Kyrie by himself. Not good. Under 30 points per game. So I think he'll get his, probably something to the effect of 26, 27. But he's not hitting 30 points. Not in our house. Not in our building, baby. Suns, come on. Wake up, Suns.
Love it. Johnny, lots going on in the Cardinals world right now.
Oh, none of it good. Yeah, we got some stuff. We got some stuff to talk about. And we get to talk to Benjamin Albright, NFL insider extraordinaire, later today, 4 p.m. PXNX Cardinals Live. Bo and I are going to ask him who the front runner is for this job. But if you go to DraftKings right now, Shano, it's Brian Flores at plus 300, followed by Sean Payton at plus 350. Give me either of those. Vance Joseph plus 450. Now D'Amico Ryans at plus 700. D'Amico Ryans will interview with the Cardinals. They had submitted the request. They had gotten permission. I did not know if it was going to happen. I thought maybe they get snubbed, but he is in fact going to meet with the Cardinals this weekend. And if you start to do process of elimination, which we will today, Cardinals might be an appealing spot for D'Amico.
Come join us in the PHNX Fantasy Sports Show live at 2 p.m. Always have some fun on that show. And then PHNX Sun Devils live tonight, post-game show following an upset of UCLA. I'll be at the game calling in live. Make sure to join us then right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Turn those notifications on so you never miss a show. And if you didn't see, we have a new show. EJ, Eddie Johnson, the smooth shooter, 8, was just with Saul on our new show, Outside Shots, presented by OGs. Make sure to watch that. That debuted at 11 a.m. God, EJ's good at what he does. Love hearing him talk. So make sure to do that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like on this video. 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. But until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. If you can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We're live every Monday through Friday at noon right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. But until next time, until tomorrow, we'll see you later. Peace, love, and Ben Simmons under points.
Points per game.